weak signal right now. But that's an eel. That's an electric eel. It's getting louder. There it is, there it is, there it is. Hey, Chris, that's right there, that's right there.
My name is Cyril Chauquet, and I travel the world chasing monster fish. This time, I'm in the heart of the Amazon forest.
Vamos pasar, amigo.
This wild region is full of enormous and dangerous beasts. There are also stories of snake-like monsters that haunt the jungle rivers. Some of them are only legends, but it seems others are very real. I'm here on a mission to help a team of scientists understand this mysterious creature. And for that, I have to find a predator with a reputation for being a ruthless killer. Electrophorus electricus, the electric eel. A fish capable of delivering an extremely violent electric shock. I've seen videos of people getting electrocuted by this beast, and caimans paralyzed with pain, trying to bite one. And to face this electrifying creature, I'll need to know what I'm getting into.
Atenção, show!
On my many trips to the Amazon, I've heard rumors of people being killed by electric eels. So that's why I'm back here in Manaus, Brazil, to find out if the biggest electric eels can deliver shocks strong enough to actually kill a human being.
During one of my last trips here, I caught one by accident.
It's an electric eel,
And I had just enough time to get out of the water before I got a nasty shock. Despite its name, the electric eel isn't actually an eel. In fact, it's closer to a catfish than an eel. What's incredible about this creature is that 90% of its mass is composed of electrical cells, called electrocytes. It's as if millions of batteries were connected to a flashlight to multiply its intensity. The more batteries there are, the more powerful the brightness. The theory is that the bigger the eel, the more damage its shock can do, sometimes even causing death. Manaus is situated where the Rio Negro and Amazon rivers meet. With more than 2 million people, it is the most populous city in the Amazon rainforest. I'm curious what the locals know about the poraque, the Portuguese word for electric eel.
Você vai pegar choque.
Seguro?
Com certeza.
Poraquê, cara? Tu tá doido? Poraquê dá choque, meu irmão. Se tu pegar no poraquê, ele vai te dar choque, porra.
Todo mundo pensa que a piranha é o peixe mais perigoso do Amazonas. Mas perigoso mesmo do Amazonas é o poraquê.
Dá choque forte, hein?
É, só essa energia aí.
Dá choque assim?
Muito mais forte. Tem uns pequenos também que mata gado.
Mata gado?
É.
Que dá o choque e mata logo.
Matador. Pensa que mata a gente.
Mata a gente.
One of the guys says they're worse than piranhas. The other one was like, it's like sticking your fingers in an outlet. Or, you know, I'm gonna get zapped. Or worse. Sounds like fun.
Tomorrow, I have a meeting with some electric eel specialists. But before I meet with them, I want to explore a small lake just outside of town, where it's said there are electric eels. I quickly find myself deep in the jungle. The vegetation is getting very dense, and the roads are pretty rough. They don't call it the rainforest for nothing. Violent thunderstorms can come out of nowhere, and are gone just as fast.
This must be the lake. How do I get down there now? This is nice. This looks like a perfect environment for electric eels. Still water, almost stagnant. Looks good. I'm gonna give it a shot.
I've never fished for electric eels before, but in terms of fishing gear, I'm not taking any chances. I'm going with a heavy rod, because in the Amazon, you never know what you're gonna get into.
Here we go. This can't be an electric eel. It's way too big. It's stuck in the weeds there.
I have to get this fish out of the weeds before I lose it.
Man, if this is an electric eel, it's gotta be 12,000 volts. Oh, it's an arapaima. Oh, I can have my feet in the water. It's not an eel, but it's a nice arapaima.
Now, I gotta land this fish.
That's the reason why you have to fish with some heavy gear in the Amazon. You never know what you're gonna find. There's all kinds of monsters here.
Man, it's a beautiful arapaima, or pirarucu, in indigenous language.
And what pirarucu means is literally red fish. It comes from the fact that they have red scales like this. Because pira means fish, and urucu means red. And those scales, they can actually resist piranha attacks. They're so strong, it's like an armor that they have on their body. And what those fish have in common with the electric eel is that it can breathe air. Look, that's what he's doing right now. It's actually breathing air. It's not what I was expecting, but that's a nice catch. Always feels good to catch a big fish.
I wonder if there really were electric eels in that lake. There's so many stories and rumors that I'm not sure what to believe. I'm heading back to Manaus to meet an ex-police officer who has a story to tell. He was fishing in a lake just outside of town, and apparently he had a close encounter.
O que aconteceu nesse dia?
Nesse dia, eu com meu pai saímos para pescar, né? Quando eu vim olhar a
He
malhadeira...
tells me that while pulling in his net, it got stuck at the bottom. So he jumped into the water to pull it free.
A água mais ou menos estava na altura da cintura. O curaqué veio, passou no vão das pernas, ele tocou na minha perna. Mas muito violento mesmo. Caí, desmaiei. Eu fiquei inconsciente. Eu poderia ter me afogado.
Estava inconsciente?
Inconsciente, apaguei, desmaiei. Depois de alguns minutos, que eu voltei à consciência, que eu já estava dentro da canoa que meu pai tinha me puxado. E o puraqué era pequeno, não era um puraqué grande. Era um puraqué mais ou menos quase um metro.
pequeno. See what I told you? It seems like it's not just a myth. This is a true story. I don't think the eel was actually big enough to kill him, but had his dad not been there to save him, he could have drowned. And what if it was a bigger eel? I don't know.
Well, it looks like the electric eel is as dangerous as they say. Next stop, the Amazon Scientific Research Center. To learn more about the infamous electric eel from Dr. Bastos, a biologist who specializes in this deadly and mysterious creature.
Então, como caça esse peixe? O puraqué ele tem uma visão muito ruim, né? Então ele enxerga muito pouco. Para ele se locomover no ambiente, ele usa o campo elétrico, basicamente, que é gerado pelo órgão elétrico. Então, esse órgão elétrico emite pequenas voltagens.
Dr. Bastos explains that these weak shocks serve as an electric field to locate its prey. But their voltage is so low, we can't feel them.
Mas se pode escutar.
To hear them, he uses a rod with a positive and a negative pole that pick up the current from the discharges, which we can hear through the amplifier.
E isso é sinal elétrico?
É sinal elétrico de baixa voltagem. Quando ele quer atacar ou se defender, ele usa a descarga de alta voltagem, muito forte, o suficiente para ou paralisar uma presa, para ele comer, ou para afugentar uma ameaça.
And whenever the amplifier distorts, that's a shock. That's a high voltage discharge. Right now, that's it. That's exactly what it is. Quantos volts?
Eles chegam até 600, tem gente que registrou até 800 volts.
Uau. E você acha que ele pode matar alguém?
Se puraqué, quanto maior ele é, Maior, em teoria, pode ser a descarga, que ele tem mais órgãos elétricos.
The danger this shark poses for humans is the risk of a heart attack, paralysis, and drowning.
A sua missão é capturar um peixe grande e tirar uma amostra de músculo, de tecido, para estudos genéticos e medir a descarga dele.
We get gloves, but if it jumps and it gets you on the arms, you get a shock. Então, onde posso tirar a amostra?
Exatamente aqui, ó.
E não machuca o peixe?
Não, naturalmente eles podem perder um pedaço da nadadeira anal.
Ok.
Uau! 300?
This eel measures almost 3 feet long. According to Dr. Bastos, these fish generate about 100 volts per foot.
Cuidado. Esse peixe pode ter uma descarga elétrica tão forte quanto a arma que a polícia usa.
Não. Verdade?
Yeah.
To get a better idea of what to expect if I get shocked by an eel, I know where to go.
Obrigado.
A special unit of the police force has allowed me to attend a course that demonstrates the effects of an electric gun known as the taser. The objective? Understand the effects of high voltage on the human body.
You can sit. Nós vamos abordar aqui o dispositivo eletrônico de controle, o taser, conhecer sua
He
técnica.
explains that the symptoms of a taser shock are very similar to those caused by an electric eel.
Causa uma confusão, paralisando temporariamente o infrator ou suspeito. Então fazemos um comparativo entre o deck e o poraquê.
However, the body receives 50,000 volts from a taser versus about 600 from an eel. But in fact, the eel is more dangerous.
A voltagem não é perigosa, e sim a amperagem. A amperagem para taser é muito menor do que os 3 amperes fornecidos pelo poraquê.
O poraquê é mais perigoso.
Mais perigoso. Ele oferece risco à vida pela alta amperagem fornecida.
Ok.
Let's go!
For their training, they have to test the taser.
But who does it?
Huh? I'm not.
You're not? You're looking for a volunteer, but no one wants to do it. they all know what it feels like.
Since no one in the room volunteers, the instructor who didn't want to do it agrees to take one for the team.
Atenção. Show!
It looks extremely painful,
Tá tudo bem? Certinho aí?
and I think I'm next.
Apparently, it's the closest thing to the shock of an electric eel.
I'm taking this training to understand the effects of an electric shock, and I don't think I really have a choice.
Ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right. Here?
Yeah. Stay relaxed, because you will feel more pain.
More pain if you're tense?
Yeah?
It's hard to be relaxed right now.
Yeah.
E por que temos doctor aqui?
To minimize the risks.
Ok.
Atenção. Choque!
Relax. Relax. It's horrible. Now I know why you guys didn't want to do it. I'm seeing stars. Is it normal?
It's normal.
Yeah, stars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Relax.
Relax. Okay? Relax.
Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I've always believed that whatever doesn't kill you is gonna make you stronger, but I don't know how this is gonna make me stronger, I'm telling you.
Ok?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Normal? Okay. Man, the pain. This was so strong. And they say the shock of an electric eel is even worse. And it can actually kill you. I gotta be really careful out there.
I love catching big fish. Getting tased, though, not so much. Anyway, that's not why I'm here in Brazil. I'm here to collect data on the electric eel, specifically to get a fin sample for Dr. Bastos. He's confirmed that there should be some really big ones in the region where I'm going. Unfortunately, almost everywhere on the planet, you see the same pattern. Overfishing at sea and in fresh water. Deforestation, pollution, and dams in the rivers, all leading to fewer and fewer fish. So to catch a monster, it's often necessary to go deeper and deeper into the wild. Whenever I come to the Amazon, I always trust the locals because they know their land better than anyone. My indigenous guide is called Chauquet, and I've fished with him before. He knows these waters and the predators that swim in them very well. And he says we should be safe from sharks, even in a metal boat. The eel is a predator. It eats fish, so we gotta get some bait first.
We're picking some small fruit like this to catch the bait, to catch some eels.
Here, you have to be on guard at all times. There are always caimans lurking, and they can be pretty big.
Yes! That's what we need. Oh, no! Isso, trabalho de equipo. Muito bom. Aracu.
Aracu.
Eels don't usually like the current, so Chauquet takes me to a slow-moving pool.
Aqui é bom?
Por aqui é que tem muito grande, por aqui grande.
Sim?
Sim.
Nesse poço?
Essa poça aqui.
Okay. Apparently there's some really big eels here. He said he's seen giant ones in this pool before. But the thing here, when you have a bait on the bottom, you never know what you're gonna get. There's so many different species of fish and big fish.
Oh, here we go. I got a bite.
Fish on. Oh, surubing. Surubing. It's not a nice kill, but I'm really happy to catch really cool looking fish. You'll see. Oh, not good. Surubing. Tiger shovel-nosed catfish. Beautiful. Look at the patterns on this fish. Perfect camouflage. Really nice. It's not what we were looking for, but man, that's a really cool looking fish.
It wasn't the electric eel that I'm looking for, but we have to get going because it's getting late and it gets dark very quickly here in the Amazon. We set up a small camp and quickly fall asleep under the stars. Today's goal, getting to a smaller river with less current, where the eels should be more concentrated, and in theory, easier to find. The deeper we go in the jungle, the smaller the river gets. It's a good sign.
The largest rodent in the world, capybaras. It sounds like they're having a party in there. Você come capibara?
Sim, é muito gostoso esse.
I'm glad we don't have a bow and arrow on the boat. Passa aqui, ó. Vamos pasar, amigo. Vamos pasar. Ya te falei que íbamos a pasar. We made it. Amazon-style adventure. Vamos!
Vamos!
The calm waters just past these rapids are what we're looking for. But the chances that an eel finds my bait in so much water aren't so good.
So I put together an electric eel detector. And the way it works is pretty much the same thing that I saw in the lab. Except I had to work with what I found in the field. That's a piece of wood. But here I ran an electric wire all the way to the end here with a positive and a negative. And here it's linked to this little device here, which is an amplifier. And in theory, when I stick it in the water, it should pick up the signals of the electric eels. And I should hear them in the amplifier here. I hope it works. In theory, I should be insulated from electric shocks by my rubber soles. But the only problem is I'm sitting on a metal boat, so if I get zapped, I'll feel it somewhere else.
Inoki, melhor se você botar a sandália.
Ok.
Sim, hein?
Pouco de proteção. There's so much water. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Look at the caiman right here.
There are plenty of caimans here, but no sign of an eel.
Vamos! Getting a very faint signal. That's an eel.
I'll give it a shot here.
Aqui tem muito poraquê?
Sim, tem muito. Quando tá seco, mas esse pulso, tem muito.
He says that he's seen a lot of eels congregating in his pool when the water level is low. But the thing is that the water level is kind of high right now, so they should be here, but they're just more scattered. So I'll just fish blind and see what happens.
Not sure that the eels are hungry, but I think Inoki is. He looks like he's not fishing for bait anymore. He's fishing for lunch.
Wow, muito bom pacu.
Muito bom.
Muito gostoso isso.
Oh, fish. Fish, fish, fish.
Let's go.
Say, that's a serious fish. For sure, it's not an electric eel. It's got way too much power. It's coming. Nice red tail. Oh, pirarara, bom. Bom pirarara. It's incredible the power that those fish have. They make that sound because they gulp air in their mouth and they push it out through their gills. Now, that's a red tail. Pira rara, red tail catfish. What's interesting in this fish too is that about a third of the fish, the head goes all the way back here, and there's a bony plate here.
Nice fish. About 30 pounds.
Beautiful animal. E gosta de comer esse, hein?
Sim.
No problema, Inoki. Temos pacu para comer. A nice red tail. It's not what I'm looking for, though. But for now, it's time to cook some pacu. While Inoki is busy starting the fire, I'll go get some dry wood.
Anaconda. Oh man, that was close. I could have stepped on it and got bitten, because that's exactly what anacondas do. They attack their prey by biting it, and then they coil around it and strangle the life out of them. I don't think this one is big enough to actually strangle me, but it could have bitten me, and a bite here in the middle of the jungle, that could have resulted in a bad infection. Inoki. Casi pisei numa cobra na mata.
É verdade?
Sei.
Esse é perigoso, cobra.
Sei, pode ser,
Mas
pode
desse
morder,
tamanho,
não? Não desse tamanho. Aqui até você.
É verdade?
Sim. É quase todo feio, todo...
There's some delicious fish in the Amazon, and pacu is definitely one of them. And while we wait for it to cook, Inoki tells me a chilling story.
O homem que vivia aqui nesse rio era homem forte. Quando
He tells me that a villager came to the river to wash his hands and fell into the water. Nobody ever saw him again, nor knew what really happened. Some say he was attacked by piranhas.
Ou no poraquê.
Ou ele leva poraquê.
É, não voltou mais.
Sabia nadar?
Ele sabia nadar bem.
Você pegou a cabeça numa pedra e se afogou?
Não, é fundo assim.
Tinha fundo lá.
That's an incredible story. He fell in the water and they never saw him again. Piranhas, electric eels. Guess we'll never know.
Obrigado, amigo. Cyril, eu conheço outro carapé aqui. E carapé aqui não é tão grande, mas pequeno assim.
Vamos lá, então?
Vamos.
We're heading to the small creek that Inoki told me about. But before we go up the creek, I want to try casting at its mouth. The eels have to swim through here before going upstream.
We're on. I don't know what it is, but for sure it's not an electric eel. It's darting around too much.
É piranha! É piranha! É cuidado, piranha!
Big black piranha. No. Man, he cut me right off. Check this out. That was a big piranha. No wonder I have no leader, no metal leader. But if I put a metal leader, I won't catch the eels. I heard they don't like metal leaders.
Enough wasting time. We're entering the small creek. We're going very slow, in case we spot an electric eel. I don't think we'll be able to go much further by boat.
Man, it looks good here. It's a small creek, barely any current, almost stagnant waters, and it's connected to the main river, so the eels can come in and out to feed. Inoki, vamos?
Vamos.
A ver se... Mas não assim, não?
Não, assim mesmo, tá bom.
Muito perigoso. Tenho botas para você. Tem que colocar botas.
Ah, tá. Obrigado.
Porque senão na água... Choca. Perigoso.
Perigoso.
He was gonna go barefoot. I said, no, I insisted that you take the boots, you put the boots on.
Inoki is not afraid of anything, but I just want to make sure he's safe.
Sai. Mandioca demais. Come muito. Perfeito.
Feito, né, cara?
Eso, por aquí, no? Tail right there. Look, that's the tail of the eel.
Now that we've seen an eel, we set up the mobile lab. We have to be well prepared, so we can take the samples and measurements as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Vamos?
Vamos.
Too bad. He was right there. But then it disappeared.
Va por encima. Vamos lá?
We move along the bank to try to find a eel. I think we'll have to use the detector. Here, the water is even calmer. It seems like a good place to start.
I don't know if there are any eels in here, but if there are, I should be able to detect them because there's not a large volume of water. This stream is pretty small, so I should be able to pick up a signal.
Por aquí. There's one here. I'm getting a really faint signal, but that's an eel. It's gotta be in those branches there. I don't want to step too deep because I don't want to get shocked.
At least here, in a small stream like this, chances of hooking into a monster fish are pretty slim. So that's why I can use a lighter rod. And I also put a monofilament leader on just in case I get zapped. You know, this doesn't conduct electricity.
And we're also wearing gloves, so we don't get shocked when we land the fish.
Oh. Eel on. Sai muita água, É grande. It's going under a branch there. I hope I'm not gonna lose it. I don't like this, I'm all wet. All my clothes are wet. I gotta land this thing. Inoki, cuidado na água. Não fica na água, não fica na água. Assim. Oh, no! No! I was so close. I had it. It was right there. It went underneath a branch, and it was pulling one way, and the fish was pulling the other way, so there was a lot of friction on the line. And eventually, that's what I was fearing, it broke. Vamos buscar otro.
I never thought that catching an eel would be so hard. Tonight, Inoki wants me to meet an elder from a local tribe who knows the legend of how the electric eel, known as Porake, came to be. Porake was an Amazon warrior. He wanted to become the greatest fighter in the world. One day, a tribe attacked his village, and Porake defended himself heroically by using lightning. After winning the battle, he dropped a lightning bolt into the river by accident. The bolt then turned into a strange fish that electrocuted everything in its path. After sharing this legend with me, the elder also gave me a tip. Eels swim up tiny creeks to feed at night. So even if it's late, Inoki offers to return to the creek, where I lost the eel earlier today. There might be others. We have to be careful while walking in the forest at night. There are many nocturnal animals prowling for their next meal, like snakes, spiders, and even jaguars. We're back at the spot, and the search is on.
This is a perfect environment for electric eels, especially at night. A little stream like that, they should come in and feed. And mira, aquí.
To breathe, electric eels must rise to the surface every 10 minutes or so.
Grande esta?
Sim.
There's a big eel right there. And there's a lot more activity at night, it looks like.
With all the branches, if I cast now, there's a good chance I might lose it. So I hope it's gonna come out from the cover. It was there a second ago, but it just disappeared. So we're waiting for it to return to the surface to breathe. I don't see it. Time for plan B.
Vamos a escuchar?
Sim.
Sí, huh?
Electric eels have poor vision, so to orient themselves in the water, they put out a weak electric current, just like an electric field. If they perceive the presence of prey nearby, they emit a stronger electric shock to send the prey into convulsions, making it easier to locate. Finally, they send an even stronger shock to stun them completely and move in to eat them.
No escucho nada. There should be a lot of activity, but nothing right now. Eso es por aquí.
Sim.
I'm getting a very weak signal right now. But that's an eel. It's getting louder. It's gotta be here somewhere. There it is. Hey, Chris, it's right there. It's right there. Man, are you all right? Come, help me out, man. All right, Chris. Quit rolling, man. Help me out.
My cameraman got shocked. We have to get back to camp.
What happened is that in the heat of the action, he must have grabbed the underwater camera that's on a pole, but he forgot to put his gloves on. Put it into the water, and he must have touched the eel and got zapped. You got shocked so bad.
Very strong.
Shows one thing, though. Those things are pretty powerful. Really dangerous. You're all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Thank you.
When chasing monsters, sometimes the most difficult part isn't catching the beast, it's finding it. Now I know where to find him. So we're going back to where we were last night, in the middle of the jungle. This time, we'll be more careful, and my cameraman will wear his gloves at all times. Catching this eel is turning into a real challenge. Not only do I have to catch it to bring data back to Dr. Bastos, but it's also become a real obsession.
It's so hot here in the forest, you have no idea. At least on the river, we get a little bit of a breeze. But here, there's no air at all. It's 100% humidity. Check this out, look at my shirt. I didn't go swimming. It's drenched in sweat.
This is exactly where my cameraman got shocked last night. We gotta be careful. Still nothing. But there's gotta be one nearby. The signal is very weak, but it's an eel for sure. We just have to find it.
right underneath those branches there. I hope I'm well insulated.
This eel is hiding under a dead tree. If it bites, it's gonna be a challenge getting it out.
Fish on.
I've got the fish, but the line is tangled up in the branches. I'm worried it's gonna break like the last time.
I'm gonna lose this fish.
I have to pull hard so that the eel won't get even more tangled in the branches. But there's a lot of friction on the line.
Oh, here it is, here it is. In the net. Muito bom. We got it. I don't know how, but we got it. Yes. Tem peso. Beautiful eel. He says about 28, 25 pounds. Really nice fish.
Even though the electric eel can breathe air, we still have to do this fast. We put it on the tarp so it doesn't get hurt. The electric eel's vital organs are concentrated in a small area not far from its head. The rest of its body contains its electric organs. This is a big one. We have to be really careful.
160.
The electric eel is breathing fine, but we still have to hurry to take the measurements and get our sample.
340. 340 volts.
It doesn't really like being handled, and it's starting to spasm. That means it's sending out powerful shocks. This is the best moment to measure them, because they should be at their maximum.
420 volts. Você sente o choque?
Sente.
Quando contracta o músculo? É choque.
The results are consistent with the scientist's theory. It's 5 feet long, and the discharges are around 500 volts. So 100 volts per foot.
Você pega, see? Hey, full-blown shock it gave me. I could feel it right through the gloves.
Because we're sweating so much, the moisture is conducting part of the shock.
Imagine without the gloves, it would have knocked me right out.
This is not the biggest eel that science has ever seen. But the more data that can be collected, the more it will help biologists understand this mysterious fish.
Muito bom.
Muito bom.
The scientists are gonna be really happy with this.
We got our research done, so it's time to send this animal back home to its creek. And it looks like it's ready to go.
Muito bom, amigo.
Bom, amigo.
Obrigado. Obrigado por
Nada.
tudo. Desculpa do choque.
Você.
Douglas,
Hey, Cyril.
tudo bem?
Tudo bem? Você já tá vivo?
Aqui está.
Oh, muito obrigado. É muito importante pra gente essa mostra.
É bom?
Bom, bom demais.
Ah, muito obrigado.
Eu que agradeço.
Tô ainda vivo.
It was another intense adventure in the Amazon. Tracking a predator that can shock a human being like a taser was a little crazy. I've caught some amazing fish. But catching an electric eel without getting electrocuted was a real challenge.
Muito bom. We got it. I don't know how, but we got it.
It was an extreme and dangerous mission, but it was worth it because Inoki and I brought back some rare data from this beautiful jungle.